Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at the most recent trailer for NHL 21. We're going to be taking a look at the deep dive for Be a Pro, the completely overhauled mode in NHL 21. I was able to play a little bit over the summer, and I've got to say what they've done to the mode is actually fantastic. It's what people have been asking for years, as it's been completely starved of any update. But it is in a really good spot going into this. So today we are going to take a look at that deep dive and give my thoughts and whatnot, like I did on the other trailers and whatnot. So I'm really excited to discuss it today. Just before we get into the trailer and the breakdown, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as we're getting up close to NHL 21. If you want daily content, who to go after early and hut, tips, breakdowns, franchise mode, Be a Pro videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get into the trailer breakdown for Be a Pro in NHL 21.
In NHL 21, we're excited to introduce our overhauled Be a Pro experience. Alex Ovechkin's career changed the league with his passion and style of play. And in NHL 21, make the same impact as you pave your own career and decide how your legacy will be remembered when it's all said and done. Our main focus for this year's Be a Pro was to improve the strategy throughout the entire experience, to make you feel like you're a player in the NHL.
What a debut by the rookie.
And like any player's career, it all stems from your performance and your relationships on and off the ice. Enter our all-new conversations.
Let's just start real quick right there. So you will no longer be in the CHL or the junior leagues for years and whatnot as you try and get that number one overall draft pick, which I'm okay with, because, again, you're going to see how really content focus the first year is, whether it be the cutscenes and those big moments as you get drafted, your first NHL game. They really focus on that. And what you do is it's a lot like Road to the Show. A lot of comparisons that I've gotten where people are like, is it like Madden? Is it like 2K, where it's like a story mode? It's not like that. It is a lot like Road to the Show, and Madden only done far better. Road to the Show is, just like Be a Pro now, starved for an update. It's a great mode. It's been a great mode for like 5 years. This is what Road to the Show should look like. So in your first year, you will start a lot like in Road to the Show, where you start in like high school, you do like an international tournament, and that determines your draft spot. That's how this one works as well. You can start in the CHL playoffs with any of the OHL, WHL, or QMJHL teams as you try to win the Memorial Cup. And then, depending on how well you do in that determines where you get drafted. Or you can play in one of the Euro leagues and try to win the championship over there before getting drafted. So that's a really nice touch as well. But yeah, as you're going on, it's not going to be a long thing where you're in the CHL for an entire season. They want to get you right into the NHL and have those big moments early, which I am completely okay with, as they do a really good job. So we're going to get into that and see what the new changes to the conversation system and how that's going to work.
System. You'll have hundreds of conversations throughout your Be a Pro career, leading to thousands of different options, outcomes, and legacies for your pro.
She came in ready, she came in hungry to want a spot.
All conversations affect your likability in 3 different ways: teammate, management, and brand.
Before we get into that, the one thing I will say is that kind of a negative to the mode is that it is a lot of reading. You're not, there's not any voice being done, so it's not like your character or your GM or anything like that is actually talking to you. It basically is just text along the screen, which I guess, I would have much rather have seen, your GM actually talk to you. But the conversations do matter, and you're going to see that here soon, because it actually impacts like your brand, or how your team does, or how your teammates like you. And brand does matter, which is kind of cool, because your contract actually means something as well, because you can now buy stuff that will not only be vanity, but actually helps you out on the ice as well. So I'll show you that right now.
And your likability affects how you're treated both on and off the ice. If you agree to go out on the town with your teammates, you'll see an uptick in your teammate likability and more passes on the ice. Or you may choose to make a brash comment to the media, which in turn builds your brand. But your management might not like that. It's all a balancing act, as you weigh your options to succeed in your career. Depending on the context of the conversation, you can make 2 types of promises: a safe promise or a star promise. A safe promise will help build rapport with teammates and management slowly, and the adverse effect of breaking that promise will be low. Star promises are confident, more risky propositions that help build your brand outside of the rink, allowing you to acquire more endorsement deals for cash to buy personal gyms, luxury houses, and more.
So yeah, like I was saying, you can actually buy stuff that will give you things like you see where for a watch, for example, the brand likability, it gets an increase. You also get +1 to discipline. You also get lots of other things for cars, the car that you drive, the house that you own, and whatnot. So your contract actually matters, which is really well done because in prior modes it was literally just for show. This will actually give you something which is a nice touch, in my opinion.
These external perks aren't just for vanity though. They reward you with trait points that upgrade your player into a star. But with every risk comes a reward, or a consequence.
Hey Steve, that there are times like every young player, there's ups and downs.
If you make a bold promise and don't deliver, you will be negatively impacted on all your likability meters. But if you do deliver, your legacy will only grow. Just like in the real NHL, your pro will have to react and rise to the occasion in response to an in-game event. The coach will tap your shoulder on the bench and give you a contextual.
So much like it was like in the prior Be a Pro modes where you get like coach things that say, hey, here's how it's going and whatnot. Your coach will actually stop you and be like, hey, we're sitting on a lead late in the game. Let's shut them down and bring home the win. Got it. I'll work on minimizing their scoring chances. So you want to make sure you play well defensively and whatnot to get that boost. And it's, again, it kind of sucks that you don't hear the voice and whatnot because that takes away from, the moment and whatnot, but it's a nice, it breaks up the game quite well. And again, the cutscene is pretty nice as it isn't just so, just on the screen, what it is like now in intermission or when you're off on the bench, it shows you just so how you're doing and whatnot. Those actually matter in this game, and I like the little cutscene that you get.
Goal to accomplish in that game. They might challenge you to bury one on the man advantage, or maybe they'll want you to set the tone early with pucks on net and a few big hits. Whatever the coach asks of you, if you manage to pull it off, your star will rise, and soon you'll find yourself with top-line ice time. Season stories are the broader storylines throughout your career that will contextually affect the types of conversations you're having and the chatter around you.
Will likely get voted on at the Calder Trophy at the end of the year.
Whether you choose to start your career in Europe or you're expected to put up a 50-goal season in your prime, these stories will play out and make up the biggest moment.
So, that's one thing I want to talk about is that the focus on when you actually win something that has been missing for most all NHL, franchise modes and Be a Pro and whatnot. You actually get your accolades and there's a nice screen that displays it. So when you win awards and trophies and whatnot, you actually can see it on a nice screen that shows you as you go throughout your career, as well as other things like showing franchise leaders in points. So if you actually pass it, you'll be the one that shows up there. Those are very, very small things that should have been in the game from the start, but this is a nice focus on it because if you do win these awards as you're chasing them, you actually, get recognized for it in the game as opposed to just you knowing that you won it.
Of your pro's career.
Performance as the rookie lays claim to the Conn Smythe Trophy.
With improvements to strategy, an all-new conversation system, and the addition of story moments, NHL 21's overhauled Be a Pro mode is the most in-depth and authentic experience to date. So step on the ice and experience what it feels like to play in the NHL and change the future of the league.
So there you have it, guys. That is the breakdown trailer for Be a Pro in NHL 21. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. But like I said, yeah, it's a lot like Road to the Show in terms of comparisons. I think it's far better than Road to the Show, which is saying a lot because that mode has been great for a long, long time. I think that your first year, you're going to really enjoy it as all the cutscenes and big moments are really highlighted well. I'll say that after the first year, though, obviously there's less of those big moments. They put all of their focus on that first year. It isn't like it just completely goes away because those accolade screens that actually show you how you're doing throughout your career do still show up. You can still buy the vanity stuff as you go with your career and get your big money contracts, things like that. So it actually all plays in well. It's the little things that they added in the game that keep the longevity of it, intact, which I think is super important for a mode like Be a Pro, which is why I like this a little bit more than the story-based modes that are in Madden and 2K, because once they're done, kind of done. So I'm excited to play it. I'm excited for you guys to play it and see what the feedback is on it. It's been great. It's been something that the community has been asking for years, as they've kind of ignored it, and them putting a big focus on it this year was nice to see. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And guys, we are getting so close to NHL 21 on my stream Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily Eastern time. you will be able to catch me and watch me play NHL 21 throughout the year. Weekend will be Hut Champs and whatnot, and then there'll be daily videos like it was in NHL 20. Obviously, content died down a little bit near the end, so hasn't been daily, but subscribe and make sure you come watch me on Twitch, man. I love to have you guys hang out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.